maybe we are not supposed to have kids. Like, it's not a bad thing if mankind comes to an end. Like, there are so many species going extinct. Like, you don't get so upset that they're going extinct. Even though we should be getting upset that, oh my God, we ended a species because we want to build a home, we want to build a casino, we want to do this, that, right? But, I mean, we never think about that. Like, maybe mankind just stops to exist. It's not a bad thing, right?
And I'm not
to get down or
no. I've heard your comedy.
Oh my God, that is the best way someone has roasted me ever. Hey, not to be a downer. No, it's okay. I've heard you.
Now you straight from the south side. I'm just so happy to be here right now. Real Rap Podcast.
There's at the end of the day, a majority of people have a hope that there's some grand principle, that there's somebody good, there's some Santa Claus in the sky going, check my list.
But that's the whole point. You don't need a Santa Claus or somebody to keep you accountable. You can just be a good person and be good. Why do you need someone to tell you, like, only if you're good, you want to make it here? Like, just be good. It's like you're wrong.
Were you ever a Seinfeld fan?
Seinfeld?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love this show.
I'm
Big fan of this show.
When it was coming on like 4 times a night, I've seen the same episodes 342 times. You remember the episode where George was at I think it was Soup Nazi. No, he was at the calzone spot, and he dropped the tip in, but the guy wasn't looking.
Oh, I love that. It happens to me all the time. It happens to me all the time.
But that's what it is. Doing something good and not having it recognized. Did it really happen? So they say, what's that common? If a tree falls in the middle of a forest and nobody's there to hear it, does it really make a sound? No, because there's no tree. Because I wasn't there to see the tree. So the world only exists in my perspective. Because that's the only one I can prove.
But the other side of that is, the problem is, if that person didn't see you dropping the tip, they will think that you didn't tip, and then they'll be like bad mouth.
And that's when you reach in, and you're not allowed back in the calzone spot. And you have to get the calzone to your boss, because he loves these calzones. So you get Kramer to go down there. He makes a mess out of it.
And George being himself, like, instead of dropping another tip, he went in for the same thing. If I'm cheap, I can't do this again. Like, I have to do the same thing. Oh my God.
I love that it took me like 20, because I didn't watch it, but it was on TV. I watched it, way later on reruns. And I'm glad, and it took me years after that to realize that George Costanza is just Larry David.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I couldn't watch it on TV because I was watching it from India. So I used to, like, I don't know if I can say this, but I used to watch it on pirated CDs. Yeah. Because we never used to get Seinfeld. I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do? Like, fly all the way to America, watch it on TV? No. I couldn't get anything, like, illegal. So we used to watch it, like, download on Pirate Bay and torrents.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's how I used to watch it. And, oh, my God, it's one of the best.
It's just, and... yeah, it's just so self-aware, right? And I'm surprised more people aren't into it. But then Curb Your Enthusiasm came out, and Larry David is just a genius, man. When it comes to writing, just the loop, how watching it with the blueprint of, doing a little bit of comedy, it's like, all right, so we had A story, B story, C story. They all ran parallel, interconnected, and he buttoned them off at the end. Every episode.
Oh, really? I haven't watched Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, I'm talking about Seinfeld as well.
Seinfeld. I feel like Seinfeld, that's why I love Seinfeld, because even in episodes, they will always make that connection. Like,
always.
If you haven't watched Seinfeld, this is going to be a spoiler alert, but even with the episode where Kramer will play golf in the beach, right? And then he'll be the marine biologist, and everything just connects.
And it comes together.
Yeah, and that's what I love about that show, because every episode they always connect.
The sea was angry, my friends.
Yeah. It's just the truth. And every book I've been reading about consciousness and all this, not to bore you, but
Oh, hold your thought.
everything is connected.
Hold your thought, please. Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, children of all ages, we are back. Another episode of Real Rap Podcast. Please like, share, subscribe. I have comedian extraordinaire Vikram. Say hi to everybody.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
So many cameras here. I like
So
this.
many cameras. Yeah, that one's typically yours, but all of them are recording. We're having a very interesting conversation. I want to hear what he had to say, but I wanted to make sure we started the show so we got it all here. Thank you for tuning in. But anyway, so all the books that you were reading on consciousness, you saying what again?
Oh yeah, every the common theme across all these books is everything's interconnected. Like we are part of the universe.
Yeah.
And I don't believe in like
Psychedelics?
too much sense of
Oh,
God. No, psychedelics not yet. Maybe try. You go to Amazon, then do that. But that's one common theme, and it's like something that I can, like it's like even though there's not like solid evidence to back all this up, but it's more like believable, like more like okay, I can kind of get this all the connect, like the interconnectedness with everything, and you trying to like find yourself, and everything is just one. But yeah.
There's too many of those coincidences in life, right? Where it's like, I haven't seen Billy Joe Doe in 8 years. I'm thinking about him today for whatever reason, and boop, you get like the IG notification. Hey, it's Billy Joe Doe. I found you. I just wanted to drop a line, and you're like, wait, what? Like, my mom's a twin. She's done that with her twin sister, where it's out the middle of nowhere kind of stuff. My brother was born. I woke up like 10 minutes before, my pop makes the call, like, hey, your brother, and it's like, like 2:30 in the morning type stuff. But there's a lot of that stuff that happens. Is that, wait, so where were you born?
I was born in India, southern part of India, a place called Madras. Now it's called Chennai. I mean, not now. They changed the name a while back. But yeah, that's where I was born. It's like a beautiful coastal city. I grew up next to a beach. I love the beach. Yeah, that's where I grew up. And we speak a language called Tamil, one of the oldest languages.
That's fire, by the way. So, and then there's in India, there's a distinction between North and South, right? Like, so if you're in Chicago, South is like, rough hood, whatever, and then North is bougie and pills, whatever. But what is the distinction? Like, what's the stereotypes on Southern India, Northern India?
Yeah, good question. So I'm from the south.
Step rap.
Yeah, we are better than the
You almost have the best sports teams.
Yeah, best sports team. We're best in everything. Not this. But for real, it's the same. Like, I have a lot of North Indian friends. Like, a couple of my very good friends are North Indians. We'll always be at each other. Like, oh, you bloody North Indians. Hey, we're like, you bloody South Indians. And the stereotype is South, like, we were obviously by the ocean, right? So we didn't fight a lot of wars. So we won't be like the way North is. I feel like North Indians are like way more it's like South Indians will come after me for this, not saying that we are not like patriotic about the country, but they were fighting wars for years, so they're like a bit more passionate about the country, and they're a bit more.
Is it like a liberal conservative kind of?
Not liberal conservative. It's more like like South Indians are softer, North Indians are more aggressive. Yeah, because they've been like fighting wars and keeping our borders safe. South, like we are just known to be good at academics. Stuff like that. We are more like soft, which is, I won't say like it's not completely false or completely true, because each one it's like generalization, but you can see
I get it. It's the vibe.
It's the vibe. Like North Indians are a bit more like, I would say, flamboyant, like a bit more like.
So North India is like West Side Chicago.
Yeah. And a lot of shootings and like in North, if you're driving and you cut someone off, they will come after you. They will take a gun and be like, "Hey, shot." In South, we'll be like, beta, why are you doing this? Don't do that. Be a nice person. Follow rules. Go to the beach. And obviously, I'm generalizing for fun. But
Sure.
yeah, but we're always fighting. Like, you're not doing South. Right?
What's the predominant? So I was trying to get into that. So like
Oh, sorry. One thing.
All that.
One thing. Food is very different. Like, that's what.
In South?
Yeah, like this I want to say because a lot of people in the US, and if
Yeah.
you've not been to India, if you're not familiar with India, everyone's just familiar with the North Indian food, which is like chicken tikka.
oh, that's what you
Naan.
see in like the restaurants and on the
Most-
movies. Yeah.
That's what you mostly see. But in South, we have so many different kinds of food. Like you have, I don't know if you've heard of it, it's called rasam, sambar, bisi belabat, like so many different cuisines.
I need you to tell me the real restaurants, the real Indian restaurants in the city, so I can go get like the authentic.
I will tell you, there's like one in the suburb, it's really good, but most of the Indian restaurants here are shit. Like, if you walk into an Indian restaurant and you see a lot of white people leave, it's not authentic.
Yeah.
You just leave.
Yeah, like whenever you go to Chinatown, there's certain restaurants where you walk in and they look at you like, "What you doing here?"
Yeah.
This is where I want to be.
I can't take the real Chinese food. Like, I want this, like, Americanized, like spice level.
I want all my food dead when they serve it to me. And there's certain restaurants where you know that's not happening.
Yeah. And even within South, there are like so many different kinds of food. Like it's India is insane when it comes to food.
Super diverse. Just looking through anything I've ever seen about India. You just take a screen and you're like, that's the same place. Like people look, sound, act different. And like religious wise out there, what's the predominant? Because I asked the I think I was on the train. I asked an Indian gentleman back in the day when he had the dot, and I think he was saying that was like the doorway to heaven.
Yeah, that's like the third eye. Like and a lot of these consciousness and stuff, they say, meditate, open the third eye. So that's what it's supposed to signify, the dot on the head.
Is consciousness like a cultural thing that's concentrated on in India? Like,
Yeah. In fact, Hinduism, to answer that question, religion-wise, Hinduism is like the majority, which was called Hinduism, but it's actually called Sanatana Dharma. That was the original name, and then it got changed to like Hinduism because of I'm doing a terrible job of explaining it, but it got changed to Hinduism. But the original name is Sanatana Dharma, and they just talk about consciousness. Like Hinduism, it's the most open religion ever. But let me finish the question. I'm all over the place. But Hinduism, then we have Muslims, and then we have Christians. Obviously, a lot of missionaries came, so we have Christian Muslims, obviously, because they all invaded us a long back. But we have, like there's a lot of Hindu-Muslim conflicts, but we have learned to like coexist. But it'll come up, like then and there.
course.
This government people are like, especially Western media, are like, oh, they are anti-Muslims. But yeah, and Christianity and little Jews are also there. But I would say India, that Hinduism is the most chill, most open religion ever. Like you can call the chair the god and you pray, 10 people come and start praying with you. Like you can make up anything as the god. Like for you, for me, water is God. For me today, Mike is the god. Like he told me where to come. He told me to do this podcast. He offered me water. So Hinduism is all about like, and ultimately they say if you don't believe in it, don't believe in it. They just say find your own thing. All they're saying in Hinduism is just go find your own path. And there's not one single way. Figure out your own path, whether it's Jesus, whether it's Allah. They're saying that this whole consciousness is just the whole universe.
So is there something in Hinduism that's like, all right, but don't do that because that's bad. Like the sins, like the list of the things you shouldn't do.
Not a lot, actually. Like at least it's like don't hurt people or physically harm people. Like do your duties and stuff. But it got changed along the way. Like a lot of like people started interpreting it in the wrong way. In fact, Buddhism is from Hinduism. Like Buddha, obviously like one of the most enlightened beings.
Yeah,
like
what was that? Like the
Jesus.
prince's son sat under a tree for 40 days, 40 nights, no food, and it was like, guys, let's just get along.
Yeah, I mean, like I've read a lot of his stuff, amazing stuff, like very practical, very Like, it's very relevant to our modern day living. So that was also from Hinduism. And there are certain things there are certain things I don't like completely believe in Hinduism. Is like afterlife. I don't know because I don't know, right? But some people say like the more and more you practice and you let go of your ego, let go of boundaries, and you get to that stage where some people are like, I've actually felt my previous life, this is what I've been. So I don't know, but it's hard to believe without evidence. But Hinduism, like they don't say much. Like, but after like people started interpreting it, that's when it's like people started realizing like advantage of it. Like casteism is one of the worst things in India, in my opinion. There was a logic to when it came.
Yeah.
But then people started abusing it, where people started depriving people of opportunity.
And for folks that might not be familiar, and that includes myself, because I just know whatever rehashed thing. That's why I love speaking to people about their own culture when I have the opportunity. So the big, like I'm a fourth grader. The caste system is. Give me the rundown, because all I know is like if you're a Patel, then you don't have to do anything, and money just falls on your face. Apparently, you'll just be a doctor as soon as you write your last name on the thing that say you graduated.
Which is true. So like I'm a fifth grader because I've also learned casteism through like growing up and reading a lot of books. So I'm not an expert in any way, but the way casteism started was they divided people in the society, saying, "Hey, you guys are good for this job, like fighting, protecting."
And is this based on a name, based on a region, based on?
It started off based on what people were good at, right? It could have been your skill set. It could have been like, okay, this guy seems to be good at this. He has aptitude for this. That's how it started. And then more and more, it became prevalent. Then people started like sticking to their own community. They started like, meeting their own community. So then it became more like, okay, this person has his name. That means he belongs to this. But the intention was, okay, you're good at this. You go do this. It's like in a corporate world, right? Like Mike is amazing at marketing.
Sure.
Let Mike go do marketing.
Sure.
Vikram is really good at like sales. Let him go do sales. So like that's how it started.
Even in Europe, like the name Smith would come from like blacksmith or shoe smith, whatever. It just meant you were basically worked with your hands.
Exactly. That's how it started, right? But then after that, like people started abusing it. They started using that to say, okay, you know what? Brahmins are the only people who can study. And then they started saying, you can't come into the temples. Only we can do this. Only we are clean. You guys are not clean. You won't be able to study. And then the British came to India, which and they used casteism to divide and rule. Like they made it even worse.
So it was already like the kindling and the leaves and the twigs were there, and then the Europeans came and was like, hey, there's a good place for a match.
Exactly, yeah, that's the right way to put it. And they used it to do more and more divide and rule. And I think after the British left, there were way more caste than what it was before. Like, oh my God, like it's just insane, man. So, but I don't know if it's fortunate or not, but I don't believe in caste. But I also can't say I'm caste blind because it's like running race, right? Like, like as a black person, you can relate to it more. Like, you can't just say that I'll take a 2 kilometer or 2 mile lead in the race, and then you can never catch up with me, and then say now everything's equal, right? You can't do that, right? So you can't completely get rid of it, but you can't have it. It's like a very weird situation that we are in, and I don't have a solution to this problem. It's a very complex problem, and I keep making jokes saying that when I go back to India, I become a white person. Because I'm from a forward caste, which I don't believe in it.
So it's like the American boy when you get back there.
Yes, which now people are hating, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, with some recent administration change and stuff. So
I
don't know.
I don't necessarily want to get off of this, but I do want to ask you about Modi, which isn't he like the Trump of India? But anyway, I'm going to. I was saying it's interesting about what you're saying about the caste system, because for me it almost feels like that might be, and help me out with this thought, right? Because that might be somewhat human. When you got here, I was like, "What neighborhood you stay in?" And you was like, "West Loop," and you said it with that little bit of like silk toilet tissue kind of. Oh, West Loop. Because if you're saying I'm in the Loop, you're saying, hey, caste wise, this is where I stay in the city, which
Oh, I didn't even think of it.
Well, dude, that's kind of like a common Chicago thing. Like, hey, what neighborhood are you from? Because the city's based on neighborhoods, and I'm gonna assume certain things about you based on the neighborhood you tell me you're from, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, if you say you live in Pilsen, I'll be like, oh, little hippie, little hipster that likes like sangria or whatever like that. Yeah, you have a record player, ironically, in your house, even though you listen to Spotify.
I'm gonna say that. Oh yeah, I live in this neighborhood. I forget what it's called. I'm not gonna say West Bengal. What should I say? Maybe give me a good neighborhood.
Yeah, you just actually, if you really want to be pedantic, you just say the loop.
Oh, the loop.
I stay in the loop, which is really just a Chicago's way of saying downtown.
Well, I should just say downtown. Yeah.
Which is, I'm better than you.
I'm homeless, Mike. I'm homeless. And they'll be like, where are you homeless? Oh, you're homeless in West Loop. Fancy.
What kind of box? Amazon. This guy.
And that's exactly what was happening. Like, if you people were like, oh, he's from this, he's a Brahmin, so he's good at studies, he's smart, like he's intelligent. So people started assuming, which was horrible, right? And then you mix religion into this. Oh my God, it's a mess, right? So, but that's why I always like.
It sounds like the soap opera of the culture, though.
It is, man. Yeah, it's crazy, right? So that's why, like, I always educate my mom, educate my dad, and I educate myself by learning, and I'm still learning, right? So it's like you can't have caste anymore. Like in my school, I had to select what caste I am. Even now, they ask you in colleges and schools like what caste you are. I kind of understand why, because if you're from like a backward caste, they want to give you the opportunity.
Backward caste is what they call it.
Yeah, backward. It's called BC.
Holy.
Yeah. So there are different like FC, forward caste.
Even Spirit Airlines says economy.
Yeah.
They don't say backward seats.
I know. So that's how they started. They would be like, hey, economy and business is like using capitalism to go like sugarcoating, right? There we were like, no, we're not sugarcoating this. You're backward. You're lesser. But it's not as easy as white and black. Like I've had forward caste, I need to ask questions. Like I need to spend time
There's
with you.
so many levels.
Yeah, and then find out about you, where you're from, and then I need to start hating you.
Sure.
You get it, right?
Yeah.
I can't hate you immediately because I need to know. But
Yeah.
I need to know. I need to like spend time with you, ask you 5 questions. Then like, okay, now I know you're not.
That's such an interesting introduction to people, because I somewhat get it, like, because I definitely see where the human level, in order to judge people, like, where are you from, how old are you, what do you got, how many gigs are you getting, how many followers you have. But then, like, it sounds like the culture got even more layered with those questions, and before you even get to the actual person.
Yeah,
But even the person, you have all these layers of expectations that you're living up to.
yeah. That's the unfortunate part. And people will openly ask you. They'll be, hey, what caste are you? I'm like, wait, how can this be like an opening question? I used to be like that growing up. I didn't know any better, right? Then I came out of it and I'm like, oh my God, this is just really bad. But you also want to be cognizant of, how do you still create the opportunity for them, right? Because you're way ahead in the race now. You can't just say, oh, catch it now, right?
Right.
Right? So like, how do you find the right balance? So I don't have a solution. So yeah, it's bad by casteism.
I mean, cultures in general are beautiful to me. I was lucky enough to be able to move around a little bit when I was younger because my pop was in the military. But right now, India is on the forefront of like the world economy and politics. The youngest nation in the world right now. I think you guys are like average is like 28, 27, 28 years old. Like most populous, there's a lot of infrastructure and industry getting moved by America over to India because we got all that stuff going on with the CCP So they're like, all right, fine. Tariffs, no tariffs. We're gonna move, get our iPhones made in India. And as far as engineers go, I think you guys are pumping folks out like nobody's business. Is there a sense of, because I do want to know about Modi, right? Tell me, so from your, what do people in your culture and in your circle say about Modi?
So it depends on who you ask, right? In my opinion, I think he has done a lot of great things for India, and some things he's not good at. Some things he does just to be in power.
Who is Modi officially?
Modi is our prime minister. So prime minister is like the equivalent of the president in the United States.
And
So
is that a vote?
Yeah, he was voted. So the way it works is very similar to the U.S. elections. So you will have, I forget the exact numbers now, but like 280 is the U.S., right? So we have something similar, like I think 370 or so odd across India, and it's the biggest democracy, right? And it's a beautiful system they have. That they do an amazing job. They make sure that they go to every part of the country and make sure that people are given an opportunity to vote. People will come and vote. And then what happens is after the voting is done, whichever party gets the maximum number of seats, they will form the government. But you can also form the government by, let's say, Mike's party got like 120 seats, but then Vikram's party got 40 seats, and then Jessica's party got 80 seats, and then Lauren's party got another 90 seats. The three of us can form a government and then keep you as the opposition. So we can do that. So it depends on the majority. So it's just purely majority. That's how it works.
So that's
how
actual
it-
democracy. Because
It is.
America's a republic. So we have to vote for the people that vote. Or how does it work? Yeah, we vote for our leaders, and then it's it's all a bunch of the electoral college or whatnot.
Yeah, and then
So
we
it's not just add up all the votes who won. We'll talk about the popular vote, but that's interesting. So that is literally popular vote. Whoever gets the most votes, that's the person
only thing is that you're voting for the party.
for the party.
Party. So the party can change
So
where
similar,
head
okay.
if for whatever reason, but it's kind of like fixed. I am voting for that person and that party. So that's and it is a democracy, and it's been
Yeah.
working for so many years, right? And and it depends on who you ask, right? A lot of people will say these Indians who move out of the U.S. They will always say Modi is good because they don't live here, they don't know what's happening. But there are some changes that I physically see, like in terms of the way India is getting digital, the business, the way it's easier for people to do business. But there are some minorities who are feeling threatened. Like India is this like supposed to be secular, right? You be Muslim, you be Christian, you don't practice any religion, you're supposed to have that freedom. But that is something that his party has been like over-indexing on, like whereas the Hindu and like
Very conservative values for Modi, yeah?
yes, that is the problem, right? So I'm speaking on both sides, but I have seen what the previous government was. Like Congress was the previous government, right? And they were big on corruption, right? So and I'm not saying India's free of corruption, but it's relatively lesser. And I don't know, maybe it's happening, but I can see like India growing, more people are coming and investing. Some problems will always be there, like population. We love making babies, right? So I heard. We love making babies. So that's a big problem, like, I don't know if that'll ever get sorted, and traffic is crazy. I mean,
Because India made the Kama Sutra, right? They
Oh, yeah.
They are pro-sex
Yeah.
in India.
yeah, that's the problem. You have sex with women here, they have a high bar. Like, oh yeah, you guys wrote the Kama Sutra. Like,
How much time you got?
yeah. I'm like, that's 60 seconds? I thought you wrote the book. Like, I thought I tried like 69 different positions. And I'm like, no. Those are people that do that.
Yeah, I stick to page 13 for the most part. Yeah, that's my favorite.
Man, so with Modi, when people are against Modi, what is the most common thing for them to be against him about?
One of the things is the religion. The minorities are feeling threatened. That's a big deal for being against Modi. And then
Is he like he's like super pro a particular religion and then he kind of shadow bans the other ones?
yes, he's super pro like Hindu, and which is nothing wrong. Like you see the president of the United States, they'll be like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Christianity,
Yeah.
Jesus, you believe in that. So nothing wrong.
I don't even think I highly doubt you can even become an American president if you're not religious to a high degree. And I want to say like you have to be like Christian.
Which is crazy, right? It should not be the case because there's freedom of religion here, and that's what I've learned.
Yeah, but for some reason when you hold that office, you cannot f around with that's one of those stables where you
Which in my opinion is stupid, right? Because you can have whatever faith you want, like, but
Sure.
you can't bring that into politics. Like, you can't say women should not get abortion.
There's a couple of them. There's a couple of them where I'm like, wait, what? Mormon? Nah, that's not it. No shade. I'm just saying this.
But nothing wrong in Modi
Yes.
being proud of his heritage and saying I'm Hindu. But sometimes you feel like something that happens and you don't come out and speak and protect and make them feel safe. But if you ask an Indian who's living there, they might give you a much better, much more intelligent answer. But that is one of the reasons why that people don't like him. I'm sure there are other reasons as well, like, business-wise, politics-wise, that people are like, the way he handled COVID was not exactly great.
What happened over there with COVID?
COVID, it was insane, man. Like, they just shut down the whole country, and imagine, like, 1.5 billion, like, I lost count.
Because the market is a huge part of your culture, right? Being outside, haggling over prices, fresh open air markets, this, that, and the third.
Yeah, that's how a lot of people make their living, right? It's a huge country, but it's easier said than done, like sitting here and saying, oh, yeah, 2 billion people go manage that, but it was not. So that was also one of the things where like, oh, he didn't do a good job.
That's insane. America, 330 mil. And it's difficult.
Yeah, exactly.
That times, what, like 7?
Yeah, and states also have a lot of power there. We have 27 or 28 states. Each state has a head chief minister. They also voted. They also have a
Each
lot of
state
power.
is in America in India, basically.
Kind of, yeah. So they still rely on
I'm talking
simple-
about population-wise. Like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like where I'm from, I forget what's the population now because we still speak in crores and lakhs. But yeah, like it's heavily populated. It's even the states. So yeah, it was not easy. So they were like, oh, he didn't do a good job of doing that. And then he also demonetized the currency because there was a lot of black money. You know what is black money? So it's commonly called as black money when you don't pay tax on it, right?
Look at that.
Sorry, man.
As soon as the tip is in question, they call it black money. Y'all ain't shit.
Sorry, I don't think of it after. I'm like, oh shit, Mike is black,
Black Friday, run in the store and just grab everything and punch your mother in the face. Okay, guys, I see the theme. But so with black money, it's he devalued the currency.
He
So
canceled demonetized, meaning like we had like $500 note and we had another like $1,000 note, I think. So then immediately one day he came and announced that all those notes would be not legal tender anymore. If you have it, come exchange in the bank, account for it, and then we give you new ones. Because he wanted to make sure that all these people who had so much of cash are not paid for in tax, he wanted all that to come out. He wanted more to be in the system. But it also kind of backfired because it was not well thought out.
yeah,
So he was
that's
bold.
that's a mafia money laundering by the book.
So, because of what happened was a lot of transactions, like when a transaction happens, 80%, I'm going to still say black, so 70% would be white money, and then 30% would be black, unaccounted money. So what happened because of this? Not a lot of things were happening. Money was not circulating, so everything came to a standstill. The economy took a big hit. So it was one of the things that he was like, it was a bold move, in my opinion, that someone coming in making such a big change, but it obviously backfired. The GDP growth was impacted and all of that, right? But so he has done certain things and then the big thing that is also against him was when he was the chief minister, head of Gujarat, one of the states, there was a big riot between Hindu and Muslims, and a lot of Muslims died. So there was a lot of questions around, did he intervene at the right time or not? And that's why he also had problems in coming to the US because he couldn't get a visa at some point. So they were like, oh, that's like a genocide. But the court ruled saying that the government acted appropriately. But you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. So that is also another big thing. Like,
Yeah.
as I'm thinking about it, it's all coming to me. But that is like, oh yeah. So
No, it's
Hindu Muslim is a big thing. Not to go off topic.
Yeah.
This is one of the things. Like my mom has no prejudice.
It's big. The Muslim community is the fastest growing religion and culture in the entire world. So it's a big thing everywhere.
I know, right? Like, how do we stop it? I'm joking, guys.
How do we get control?
Yeah, I'm joking. This is something you can't joke about.
No, yeah.
They'll
no,
come
it,
here.
it comes back. It comes back to the statement you made about India. They love making babies.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, because
Big families.
Yeah, big families.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then all you have to do is leave it in the oven long enough, and guess what? There's more people.
yeah, like yeah. So because you have 15 wives and 17 wives, right? I'm joking.
Yeah. And then when you die, you get another 7. That's a lot. That's a lot of management.
Yeah. But if you want to like run down this set, we are in West Loop number 5.
We're downtown in an Amazon box. And give us devalued black Indian money.
That's a beautiful call.
So
But I have to tell you this. This is a funny thing.
Please,
My
please.
mom growing up, my dad, like Vikram, do whatever you want.
are your mom and dad same caste?
Yeah, same cast.
So they have to be.
They
They
have
have
to
it.
be, yeah.
Wow.
So they are both like forward cast. So yeah.
No brag.
Wait, I should be sitting on this cushion. I should be eye up here. Yeah, they are. But I don't believe in caste. Just FYI, I don't identify. But so the one thing they used to say is Vikram, do whatever, but don't bring a Muslim girl back home. That's how much Hindu Muslims, right? Like caste is one thing, religion was another layer, right? So what I did was I didn't do that. I brought a Muslim boy home. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's all about the loophole.
exactly.
All right. So Gary, Indiana is to Chicago as Pakistan is to India.
No.
No. What's India's relationship to Pakistan?
So before 1947,
Other than not saying, hey, I think that Osama guy might be over there.
you think he's still there? You think it was a whole sham?
Depending on what podcast you watch.
You think your president didn't kill Obama?
No, I
Oh shit, I'm saying didn't kill Obama. I'm saying didn't kill Osama.
No, I think he's dead, but he was in Pakistan for a long time.
I know.
And people were just like, really? If I would have known, look, guys, if I would have known he was right there next to a military base, I promise I would have said something.
Have you heard the comedian? He lives in UK, but a Middle Eastern comedian. He was like, oh, everyone was searching for Osama. Where is Osama? We spent so many dollars. Osama, where is Osama? Where is Osama? He was in his goddamn house. That is so brilliant, man.
Yeah.
But the relationship is, we were all one country, man. India was, including Pakistan and Bangladesh. We were one country. And then what happened was, during the 1947 time when British was, we were making sure the British was leaving, going to give us independence, there was a lot, while trying to like fight British, there was also a lot of internal conflict, Hindu and Muslim, which has been going on for so many years. So what happened was Gandhi and another leader called, I think his name was Ali Jinnah, all this history is coming back. So they were like, they decided that let Pakistan and India be separate. So it was actually East Pakistan and West Pakistan, and then East Pakistan became Bangladesh. So they divided up and said, you know what, all Muslims, you go to Pakistan, and then Hindus from Pakistan came to India. But not everyone, right? But if you see in Pakistan, mostly will be Muslims, but in India, you'll still have a lot of Muslims
Right.
who wouldn't go. So that is our relationship. We were one bloody country, a lot of same cultures. So it's funny when someone's like, oh, I'm from Pakistan, I'm from India. But it's the same thing. The
Sure.
same crap we eat, the same thing more.
But it's another division line, so now you have to have pride in whatever. If you are from Pakistan, you have to have pride versus your counterpart, which is India, right?
Yeah, which I kind of get it, right? Because each one is, about his country, protecting his country, or giving back to his country. I kind of get it, but we were all like one, man. Yeah, so, and I'm trying to move on from all this pride and stuff,
Sure. And but for the most part, is the relationship between Pakistan and because you see that everywhere, right? Ukraine and Russia, for the most part, they were part of the Soviet Union. Now I didn't study enough of all that to find out if everybody was happy to be in the Soviet Union all the time. I highly doubt it, right? But now, like, I think Putin's big thing is like, hey, Ukraine, you're supposed to be with us anyway, and then it's way more complicated than that. But on biggest, broadest strokes, it's like, hey, we used to be the same people. We all speak the same stuff, eat the same food. So boo 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 boo. But obviously, they're beefing.
Yeah, for sure. And one of the big problems was, why? The British, when they decided to leave us, they drew up the whole border in within hours or something, within days or hours. So it forever became a problem. So they were like, oh, this state is ours. No, Kashmir is yours. No, it's ours. So you're always fighting. And then there are some terrorists which were funded by them, which were there. And recently, terrorists attacked in Kashmir, so that became a big problem. So India retaliated back, and that's when Trump supposedly stopped the war, right?
Stopped a lot of.
Yeah, stopped all the wars, all the major ones, except for the ones you like. Yeah, in fact, my parents stopped fighting because of Trump. Like he came, made sure they don't fight anymore. But yeah, there's still beef about all of that, terrorism and land. Man, so many people are fighting on your land, right? And kind of religion is also a contributing factor to it. Like awesome.
So all right, so obviously you're talking about as far as cultural delineations, right? You have religion, you have the caste system. Now, I was always a big Indiana Jones fan. My first Indiana Jones movie I remember watching was Temple of Doom. As far as culturally wise tones, I've seen there's Indian dudes out there that got white boy hair with skin darker than my jeans, right? Does that? But obviously, all the Indian features are still there. It's just so. Do you guys play? Because black culture will talk each other. For being you're in black rooms all the time.
I love black rooms.
These light skin jokes, dark skin jokes get to flying
Oh my God.
bullets in the shootout. Or do you guys do that too?
A lot, man. Oh my God, India is mental that way. Oh my God. So India in the southern side, it's obviously closer to the equator, and then I think the audience, if I'm getting all this right. Someone's gonna comment and saying this guy is an idiot, which I am, right?
Good.
Yeah.
Number 2.
So they are much darker, right? And then we had people come over.
So wait,
from
your light skins are the warrior class? On the north side?
Yeah.
The light skinned ones are the warriors. Yo, like they come in.
Yeah. So we had a lot of people come over from the Middle East, come over from there. And then they started, obviously intermingling with the existing people. So you see in the South, the Aryans will have a bit, way more darker. So that's why you see a lot of South Indians. They'll be really dark. And then in the North, they'll be much lighter skin. And some North Indians will look like white people. Like that. That's how light they are. It's obviously from, people with geographic. Yeah, geographic and mixing and all of that. And if you in fact go to Northeast, there'll be a lot of people who look bit more Chinese as well, right? But they're all very much Indian, which they have a big problem with because a lot of ignorant people. They are Chinese. They're very much Indian.
Yeah.
So a lot of that is there. But yeah, so if you come to South, and I'll tell you how obsessed India is. When I was growing up, Mike, there used to be an ad I used to see every day called Fair and Lovely. And they'll be like, you put this cream on your face, you'll become fair. So imagine that narrative. that it's good if you
still-
look fair.
That's still
That-
in Japan. That's a big part of the market in Japan. Like fair. I don't think they're selling over the counter like skin bleach or whatever, but there are products that are very popular in Japan to make your skin fair.
Which is
It blows my mind.
right, which is horrible, right?
Which the more
Mike,
yeah, the
What do you
more-
use that cream?
I
Sunshine and Prince albums.
And this is, but it does seem to be a part of everybody's culture, which again is fascinating. But I mean, I kind of just see it as like the human condition to always want to. You just draw your borders. You're trying to like make yourself feel good for whatever circumstances you're a part of and whatever teams you're on or whatever.
What narrative they have put?
Whatever your image is and building your narrative versus the next person's narrative if it's not exactly the same as yours, right?
And imagine like how ignorant people were there to actually spread this, and then it became a big thing where in families, like grandmas and grandfathers would make comments like this: "Oh, this girl is dark. She's not going to find a good husband.
Right.
Just settle for this guy." Oh yeah, like oh she's dark. That means we have to pay more dowry to get her married.
Right.
So these kind of things, like obsessed with color, man. Like and which is horrible. Like I think everyone's beautiful. Like forget.
Of course. And again, we happen to be lucky enough to stay in a city where it's a little bit of everybody, but most cities in most places on the planet, you're around the same type of everything all the time. If you're somewhere in Chicago, and trust me, like you're saying, India, there's going to be different versions of the culture, different skin tones, different dialects of the language you speak, and but it's still everybody from that country for the most part. You come here, there's depending on what neighborhood you go to, you're in that country, low key. You know what I mean? Or as close to it as you can be. Versus if you're living in Kentucky, it's white, black, Mexican.
In Kentucky, dude, I have to tell you this, Mike.
Please tell me.
First time I went to Kentucky for shows.
Yeah.
I stopped in the gas station.
Yeah.
I was peeing, and then I look up.
Camera.
Some guy had written the N-word in caps, font 108. And then right then, a black guy comes to pee, and I was like giving him eye contact and saying that, dude, I had nothing to do with this. And that guy was like, we're in Kentucky. I know who did this. Dude, I'm like, oh, this is horrible. I was like, I was shocked. How do you feel, man, when you go see all this? Like, have you got used to it? Like, does it still bother you? Like, how do you feel?
You expect certain things in certain places, yeah, for sure. If I'm in West Bubba Town, South Carolina, I'm gonna be all right. So I live in Chicago. I've been here 13 years. Out of the 13, 11 of them I stayed out south, and I stayed in some real neighborhoods where the real, where things could happen, right? And I've seen a lot. Just because I lived out there didn't mean I was gonna take 2 blocks down that way, right turn here, right turn there, to be in the really bad part of whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a jackass. If I have no reason to go to the really bad part of anywhere, I'm not gonna fucking do it. So, by that token, I'm not going to West Bubblefuck, South Carolina. I have no business being there. And I know what to expect when I get there. But, no, because I see that as the same... If I didn't live in, if I'm a different person, I didn't live in Chicago and I never met an Indian person, right? All I had to go on is what my phone tells me, my assumptions, and what my folks told me. So to a degree, right? Let's say some Indian person goes out there and commits a crime on TV, takes somebody, some prominent political figure, and an Indian gentleman, pop, shoot. I'm gonna be like, these fuckers. All they do is drive taxis and ruin America. And that's just gonna be what it is. In my culture, everybody around me is gonna reinforce that. But you still will see that, like in Chicago, possibly somewhere. But it'll be more subtle. It'll have like the happy face with the wing cone as the dot on the eye. You're like, that's probably a comic I know.
Yeah, if I was in the bathroom and I saw that at a gig, I'd be like, yeah, that was Vikram.
Oh, damn. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt when you were asking me something.
I was gonna ask, how does
A contemporary person in India, how do they see America today? Is it still the land of milk and honey? Go out there and make it. Is it just hey the that's just them, or is it these goofballs? What are they doing?
I can't answer for 1.4 billion people, which wouldn't be
Why not?
fair.
Yeah.
Right? But it depends on who you ask. Are you asking from the people who live in India or the people who come here to make a living in the U.S.?
I would think I've run into not shocking, but a surprise. There's a lot of people that are come to America from another country and they just go, this place, it does not. You know what? Yeah.
math?
And they'll just be here for tons of reasons. And I salute you. You know what I mean? Like that's one of my actual favorite things about this country is that you could be here and say this place stinks, and for the most part nothing's gonna happen to you just because you don't like it.
Very true.
For the most part, if you're a jackass about it, things can get uncomfortable for you. But I mean, you can come out here and just be like, this place blows, and I'm gonna stay here and make money, send it all out back to my country, and you can suck my big toe, and you can live your life that way.
True, Mike. And I'm telling you, as an Indian who has moved here, there are some things that people take here for granted, right? India is awesome. I love India. Sometimes I joke, like when people ask me, why did you move? I'll be like, oh, I moved because to better appreciate the life I had in India, right?
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, there are certain things in the US which is amazing. And I can name a few, which is like to your point, freedom of speech. First time I saw somebody come up in TV and call the president a mother effer, right? Or, oh, he's an idiot. I'm like, can you say all that about the head of the country?
alive?
Oh, yeah.
When was this taped?
Yeah, and he was there. Goes back living and like, yeah, I called him that. He is. What did he call him that? Because he is one.
Yeah.
And
That just happened with Kimmel, right?
yeah, exactly. Right.
Spoke up, got taken down, and now he's back.
Right.
And it is damn near, that was damn near one of the best things for his career at the time, because his next episode on YouTube did like 5 million.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure maybe it was even a gimmick. Who knows? Like, you never know. And there's a business aspect to which I understand. But the point is, in India, certain things you can't say, people don't get it. Like, someone made a stupid joke on TV and it just went on a spiral. People didn't understand it was a joke. People came after the guy. People like started giving death threats. Like, you can get killed, right? And which is what is insane. Like, there are certain things, that's why I love America. It's like a true freedom of speech, man. I mean, you can say whatever you want. And the other thing I like is, in my comedy shows, right? Which Mike said is the biggest downfall. There are people, which is amazing. That there'll be like a guy who doesn't have any job, right? There'll be a comedian. There will be a CEO of a company. There'll be a construction worker. There'll be this trust fund baby. Everyone sitting in the same place, the same chair, the same level, having fun, like they're able to spend and do. I understand. Like, not everybody can go to a rooftop, spend money, but to a lot of degree, like, you rather do like a really bad job. I shouldn't say a bad job. That's the wrong way to put it. Like a low-paying job in the US versus India, because with that same low-paying job here, you get more access. There's more equality into those things. I'm not saying America is perfect, but there, like, dude, I know certain kinds of people, like caste or economy-wise, they won't be allowed. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, you know, and a lot of people will be like, oh, it's typical, like, people who move to the US will come back and say all this. But it pains me when I see this. I'm sitting in the restaurant, right? And there is this guy who's asking me for money. The poor, like a 7 or 8 year old boy, like he's a beggar. He's asking me for money. He called them beggars, by the way, which they were just, you know, people don't have any, and they, you know, ask for money. So I told him, I said, instead of me getting you money, let me buy you lunch in this restaurant. So I asked him, what do you want? He told me that he wants this, like, you know, this, that. So I said, come, sit with me there. You know what the restaurant did? He said, sir, we'll give him to go, but don't make him sit here. You'll make a mess of it. I said, dude, I am paying for it. What is your goddamn problem? He said, no, other customers won't come. We don't want him to sit here. Make him sit there outside. And they didn't let him sit.
Ooh.
Horrible, right? Because it's just the optics. They don't want these people coming in.
Yeah.
So there is like inherent like prejudice, bias they work with, like these kind of things that I don't see as much in America, right? I'm sure there are, because capitalistic society, like I know when I walk into a place, people have given me looks like,
If we let him in to eat with you, now he's gonna come back all the time and try and be in here. We're never gonna get rid of him. He's an eyesore in front of the store. Ooh.
exactly, right? And like I grew up with a maid, I grew up with a cook, right? I'm not flexing. I'm very poor, but I still had a maid.
It's from a forward cast, if you could pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. Not the dirty backwards cast.
But the point is, like, I never had to wash a single piece of thing or cook like, until I came here. But there are certain things that in certain households that the maid won't do. Like the maid won't sit with you in the dining table and eat with you. Can you believe that, Mike? Because they're not supposed to. They can't, right? But can you imagine that in a corporate world? Like I go to my CEO's office. If the CEO makes me sit on the floor and eat, would that not be crazy? But these things in certain households in India, it's like a given. Like there's this guy who would come and deliver gas, right? You know, in India, like you'll have gas cylinders. That has to be changed every 1 month or 2 months. And this guy will be coming in when it's like 100 Fahrenheit outside, be sweating, be coming delivering gas, and he'll say water. Ma, can I have some water? Amma, konjam thanni kudunga. I'm spoke in my language. Give me some water. You know what some households will do? They'll go give it to him in a different cup, kept just for him. Crazy, right? Yeah. So those kind of things I don't see much here. Like I'm not saying it's perfect, man.
Yeah.
You know, as a black person,
of
you know,
course, of course.
right? But it's more like these things, like just.
It's the younger generation in India, which again, the biggest wave on planet Earth right now is the younger generation embracing these cultural outlines that you guys have, or are they looking at it more like you, like, hey, something has to change?
Yes and no. So like I like the point that you made like a while back about like what you're seeing in media, what you're being told by your parents, by your cousin, by your people you grew up with. So that makes a huge difference. So some, yes, like it's an obvious thing, right? Like oh, come on, you can't do that. People are the same. Like everyone is the same, right? So there's some
based on the religion you talk about, Hindu, and the beautiful way you broke it down. Like from my nothing knowledge, I'm like they don't even kill cows. So how are they having a separate cup for Buddy that's coming to deliver gas? Like,
And Russell Peters has a very good joke about that. He's like, cow gives me milk, it gives me butter, it gives me ghee, it gives me dairy, it gives me everything. Why will I kill it? Like, why will I go like spoil the ice cream making machine? I'm not doing justice to the joke,
quarter
but
pounder with cheeses.
exactly. And Russell Peters does a great job of it. He's one of the best comedians. He does it so well. Like, why go kill the cow? You won't kill the cow, right? But yeah, like so. That way, there are a lot of amazing things there. Like you can go believe whatever. There's so many gods. Like my mom will be like, "Oh, Vikram, like have you ever been yelled at for praying?" My mom will yell at me like, "Oh my God, Vikram, you're praying to the wrong god."
Yeah.
Like if you want your friend to meet with an accident, pray to this god.
I have to know. Did you ever watch Chris Rock's what is it? Good Hair, the movie?
No, I don't think so. I might have watched it. I don't remember.
Sure. So basically, the whole it's just a documentary. It's basically an HBO vlog. Chris Rock goes to India. I don't know what part, and it's just the hair market where their Indian ladies are cutting their hair off, selling it back to America. Boom, going right into a black woman's head. Into a wig, right?
Yeah, it's really sad.
Yeah.
By the way,
Hey, side businesses are everything when you're in the comedy profession.
you ask your cousins to thank me. They're using my hair. See this?
Hey, so some people Uber? Vikram takes a different approach.
Hey, I Uber too.
Yeah. Is that even brought up? Is that even a thing? Like, is that an underlined? Like, do you guys know that? Hey, selling this hair over to like Beyonce. Beyonce is wearing my niece's hair.
Yeah, it is. It is common. People know.
You guys do know about it.
We do, but not everyone. It depends on where you go. Like, so I was brought up in Tamil Nadu, and my parents are very religious. They used to take me to all kinds of temples, big believers in gods, and
That's crazy. Big believers in gods.
gods, yeah.
And you said it like it's natural to say, but that's crazy to hear to my ears, right? Because you hear the gods, that's like Game of Thrones or like the old, like the old Roman, with Zeus and all that. But that's crazy just to hear somebody say they believe in the gods. That's a crazy.
And one of the gods, very famous god. I would say famous because million and crores of people like come. We say crores instead of millions, so it's lakhs, crores. It's just like how we say.
I heard you say that before. So how crows is millions?
Oh my god, it's been a while, man. It's one.
This is interesting.
Yeah, so I think 1 lakh is 100,000. I need to go refresh this, or maybe like 110. Okay, don't make me do math.
Sure.
Just because I'm Asian, you make me do math.
No, I was asking for context clues, but here nor there.
Yeah, but I think 8 million is 1 crore, so that's the math.
Oh, that
One
goofy business. Oh, okay, like a yard is 3. All right, I got
So
it.
anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
So this temple, I think it gets the most collections after Vatican City. Mike, I'm not making this up.
Wow.
When I used to go see this god, I have stood in line for 23 hours. Can you believe that? No. 23 hours. There would be lines there would be like some million lines, and all of that will like come together, and you'll see the god for 10 seconds.
That's incredible.
And I'll tell you how crazy people are. That's the belief, that's the faith they have. They will come, just drop in 3 months business profits because they would have put the god as a business partner. So they will put jewelry.
It's a write-off?
Yeah. It's a write-off, right? For them, it's not a write-off. For them, that's the biggest investment. That's what is keeping their business going.
Wow.
Dude, like this god, like so many people will come. And why I started talking about the god is, by the way, it's in Tirupati. That's the place. It comes as part of the Andhra state. Lord Venkateshwara. That's the name of the god. And I think it's so many collections. People will come drop jewelry. People will come and drop money. Like you'll see like loads of cash just coming and people just dropping and going.
And it's safe.
Yeah, it's safe. It's safe. Everything is okay. I've gone.
It's not sad like fist fights, but safe like the money's just out. Like
It goes to the temple. It goes back to the temple, and they'll feed like people. They use it to make the temple better and all of that. They had universities. They do an amazing job and all of that. It's amazing.
top-notch universities are here over there.
Yeah. And why I started talking with the god is, so it's a big thing where people will go give their hair to that god. So they'll be like, please make my hair go okay. Hey, for my first birthday. So if you go there, so that's why they'll commonly say, oh, you went to that god, because if you have shaved your head, that means you have gone to that god. You have given hair to that god. So if you give that, you give an offering, like to the god, God will make your wish come true. He'll help you in your manifestation.
That's pretty dope.
So that's why you go to that temple. Everywhere, people will be shaving their heads and they'll give hair.
That's amazing.
And all those hair used to make wigs.
Wow. So I don't want to take up too much. So I'm torn between asking you about the Silk Road or about Bollywood movies, which have to be the greatest things I've ever seen clips on. But I do. So in the old world, the Silk Road was a tremendous thing, right? And India was a big part of that. And I think, isn't there a new Silk Road now? And isn't India a part of the like the not anti-NATO, but you know what I mean? Like it was China, Russia. What do they call it?
Brick.
Brick. Yeah, BRICS.
Yeah. So it's, I think, what is it? Brazil,
Russia, India, China, Africa.
Yeah, I think we added.
Yeah,
Just like LGBT.
it's all encompassing. We got a flag.
But we'll stick to I don't know much about Silk Road. I read about it, but now I forget now.
So probably if I'm speaking for the other 330 million Americans, which I do constantly, as I have a finger on the pulse. I mean, I think like probably the first is Slumdog Millionaire, which, by the way, tremendous movie. I love watching the narrative. I read a long time ago. I read The Kite Runner, which is a tremendous book based in India, and Eat, Pray, Love, and stuff like that. But when it comes to these Bollywood movies, bro, is it like are you? Because I know people here watch Tubi movies and they're like, "This is fantastic." So some of these Bollywood movies are so tremendous, but that's a big cultural stamp over there too, right?
Is like when you say Bollywood, those are all Hindi movies, right?
What am I getting wrong?
No, you're not getting it wrong. You're getting it right. So I would have watched probably 7 or 8 Bollywood movies when I was in India, because I used to watch a lot of Tamil movies, South movies. So Bollywood is more North and Bombay, Delhi. But obviously, like most of the people in India speak Hindi, right? But there are other languages. So each one has their own.
But you can speak, and is that like you could still understand?
I'm useless.
No kidding.
Yeah, I can speak Tamil. The problem was Tamil Nadu, like they tried to impose Hindi on the state. So they took an extreme position and they like didn't let us learn a lot of Hindi. And it's also me, right? Me being an idiot. I was trying to learn Spanish instead of learning my own, one of my own languages, because I can't just say Hindi is just my only language. Everything is my language, right? But now I can kind of understand because I've been hanging out with a lot of these North Indians, right?
Well, you sold out.
I feel like learn. But after I moved to the US, it's the funny part. I started watching more of Bollywood, more of my other language movies in South. Dude, yeah, and it's very similar to Bollywood, right? All of these, they'll show crazy things and they'll have songs. And for us, it's so calming. Like a 3 hour thing.
It's a good fight, a car chase, Matrix level karate, and then song and dance.
So yeah, we eat, man. And do you like that? I was watching English movies. Like I mean, I watched it growing up. Like, what is this? There's no song. It's so boring. Right? But it's changing now there, right? And by the way, the neighboring state is called Malayalam, and each language, right? You have the Marathi industry, which is the Maharashtra, the Bombay, and then you have Bollywood. You have Telugu, you have Tamil, you have Kannada, you have Malayalam. All of these come up with their amazing movies. But my favorite, other than obviously Tamil, because that's where I'm from, Malayalam, dude, they produce movies with a different level. Dude, so smart, so intelligent.
Okay.
Yeah, they are like so progressive. They will take a simple concept, Mike, and make it into a movie. I'll give you an example. The whole movie is about a guy is having an affair. He doesn't know how to tell his wife. And then when he's driving, he sees his wife in an accident and he just drives. He doesn't do anything. Dude, that's the movie. Yeah, and you know why I like it, obviously, because I'm a messed up guy, but that's it. Or another movie. Your dad has cancer and the whole family needs to communicate and tell this. That's the movie, dude. You'll be so
It's 90 minutes of everybody getting to the living room going, hey.
That's how brilliant they are. And they came up with a new superhero movie. Watch that called Loka. I went to the theaters and watched it. Amazing superhero movie, dude. And it is like Hollywood level. Like it's so good.
You got to start shooting me some DMs, dude, with the links.
Yeah, what I won't do is I won't shoot you Indian porn. That sucks. That sucks. Like you can forever watch Indian porn and you won't come.
Dude, which is odd. You would think, just based on the population, that you guys would have the best.
I know, right? Because we wrote Kama Sutra and all of that, but something about
They get a lot of ways.
they just can't make adult movies well. I don't know why. Or maybe are they not? You found the good one, like
You haven't.
yeah, like But so those Malayalam movies, they're amazing. They did movies on artificial insemination in the 80s, 90s, like serial killers. So like the industry is changing, is my point. No, like some movies, there are no songs. It'll be all like background music. And each one is coming up with their own amazing, different new concepts, things that they're not done. Like movies on casteism. Like some movies in my language I've seen, it made me cry, dude. It's like very difficult to make me cry. My dad died, I didn't cry. It makes me difficult to make me cry. That movie almost made me cry. Like
See, that would I would love to see a movie from the culture about the culture. I think that's where you tend to learn the most.
it is, you do. And the other thing is there is a lot of worship culture in India. Good, bad, I don't know, you decide. But there is this guy called Rajinikanth. Google him. He's famous even in Japan. He can't walk, Mike. If he walks on the roads,
Blooded.
he will be flooded. People would go mad. Like it's just insane. The fan following he has. Like people worship him. He's an actor. That's all. But like when Brad Pitt walks here, when Taylor Swift walks, people go mad. But that madness is differently. You Google this,
Yeah.
Rajinikanth, like, oh my God, that fan following he has is just insane.
Yeah, that guys. Homework to do. There's some actors we got up for. Because
Say it, my Rajinikanth.
Rajinikanth.
He's called Superstar. He's called Talaima, head.
Oh, geez. By the way, this is your official extension to the R.A.P podcast. Rajinikanth. Yeah. Do me a favor. I could talk to you for the next 4 days, and I'm hoping to run into agreement with you soon. But please let the folks know where they can find you, anything you got going on, anything you want to promote.
Yeah, a lot of shows coming up. I'm on Vic Comedy on all social platforms, including OnlyFans. Mike is actually a subscriber to my OnlyFans.
Yeah, I was the first, and I will be the last.
Because he does like Indian porn. So yeah, Vic Comedy, I do post a lot of crazy videos. I do a lot of shows. I have shows coming up in Dayton, Ohio next week. Today I'm going to Love Spark in Illinois. Yeah, I'm all over the road. I also perform internationally. I was in Bangkok last year, Malaysia. Like I love connecting with people from everywhere. Right? I believe music, comedy just connects with people. Man.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a showstopper. Make sure you guys are supporting Vic, Vikram. Also, I am Mike Knight Comedy and all the things. I'm pretty sure we're somewhere in the 70s now. You guys already know what's up. So more in store. If you made it this far, please like, share, subscribe. Mike Knight Comedy, Vikram, R.A.P podcast. Love you guys. Peace.
Hopefully that was fine. I feel like you just kept talking and talking so
Yeah, I could have kept going, but anything outside of like an hour and a half,
But nah, that was some great insight. I'm gonna have to watch this back and Google some things, man, for sure.
Dude, Mike, what I love about you is you have knowledge about so many different things. And I love your curiosity to learn.
This is my favorite thing about myself is being curious about other people.
Only there are certain people who can walk into the room. He can be like a communist. He can be a serial killer.
Yeah.
He can be like a CEO. But Mike would be able to sit and have a conversation.
Bro,
You're amazing, dude.
I thank you so much. Like